Hey guys, how's it going? So what am I working on now? Well, I got that turbo out, and I got the new one here, so I'm going to be installing that. I'm not going to make a whole video on doing that because I already made the video. But what I'll do is I'll make this video from that point on. But let me show you what I got. So here is the other new one. It's from a different manufacturer this time. But here is that one. And if you look close, you could see the wetness in between here because it was leaking from this plug. And this is that tube that I thought was initially leaking that I made that wrench for to fit around. So I am going to verify on this that everything's tight, but you could see the paint marks where somebody painted everything, you know, to show that they checked the torque in that. So either something's wrong with the plug or something's wrong with the gasket. I'm not sure I even want to take it out because I'd be afraid of them saying, oh, well, we're not going to warranty it. Although, yeah, the paint mark is down there. It doesn't go across. It's not like I'd be breaking the seal. So maybe I will pop that out just to take a look, just so satisfy my own curiosity. I got to transfer over this heat shield. I got to transfer over this adapter plate here. So, all right, let's get going on that, and we'll see where we wind up. All right, so I don't see anything with the drain plug, or the cap, I should say, the plug for the hole. I don't see anything wrong with the gasket either. Everything looks fine there. But if you look, see that line right there? It's like a machining line. See that? I think that's where it was leaking from, seeping through there. So the actual body of the turbo was machined incorrectly. It's the only thing I can come up with. All right, I'm going to continue putting this turbo on, and like I said, then we're going to just, when I get to that point where I realize it was leaking, that's where we're going to pick up on this one. I don't know about you, but I seem to learn lessons the hard way. Everything's in. I put coolant in it. I went to go check. It's not leaking there. Not leaking at that fitting or anything. Not leaking at the turbo at all. But I have another leak. So I went and I traced it, and where that line goes into the back of the turbo, it goes forward. It's basically like, it's shaped like this. And where it goes into the block, it's leaking there now. So guess what? I get to pull the turbo back out. Problem is, if I don't get the part today, I can have this thing out now in about 30 minutes. I didn't hook the rest of the exhaust up. All I did was bolt it up. I didn't even tighten down the clamps yet for the intercooler pipes, but I basically bolted it up, got all the lines on, filled it with coolant, and that's when I saw that other leak, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And it's funny, when I was looking at parts list for this, I saw that they offered that, and I was like, I was thinking maybe we should get that because it's the way it's mounted. It's kind of hokey. But I guess disturbing it enough made it leak. So I get to pull it back out. So there it is, all in place, and you can't even see it. But if you look really close, I don't know, can you even see in there? Let's see. Nah, you can't even see it. You can see the shadow of it. Like, I can't focus on it, I don't think. Yeah, it won't even let me. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right there. And, of course, you can't see it because of the shadow. But it's leaking and it's dripping. So, yay me. I'm gonna pull the turbo back out. But like I said, the problem is if I can't get that pipe today, I'm gone for a week. So somebody else is gonna wind up putting this thing back together. Unless the customer is willing to leave it for a week. But let me get it apart. We're checking now to see how available that tube is and that fitting, because we're going to replace that fitting too. So, what are you going to do when it rains and pours? All right, let me get it back out. All right, so there's the turbo on the roll cart. There's that pipe. Now the pipe, see that bracket? It's got a Torx holding it in. So I got to take that Torx out, and then I should be able to get to that fitting to get the fitting out of the block. What a pain in the neck this has turned into. But what are you going to do? hopefully I get it here soon. All right, so here's the pipe, okay? Nothing spectacular, but we're going to replace it because I don't know why it's leaking. But here's something interesting. If you look really close at that fitting, I haven't touched it yet, but look at the edges of it. Somebody's messed with that at one point in this vehicle's life. Wonder why. I wonder what the reason was for that. So, kind of interesting. Now, let me try to get that out of there. All right, there you go. Now, I got a 6-point socket on there and got it out. But as you see, the edges are rounded off. So somebody had been messing with this thing before. Like I said, why? I don't know. But also, this O-ring is really, really, like, brittle. It's not soft at all. So, who knows? All right, hopefully we can get parts for this soon. All right, so unfortunately, parts are not going to be here till tomorrow. So, nothing I can do about that, and I'm not going to be here. So, I already explained everything to Kirk. Kirk is going to wind up putting it back together. I laid everything out for him, you know, where everything goes. I hate to say it, it sucks when that happens, but it happens. What are you going to do? I have something I have to tend to. One thing I wanted to show you, because I know some people were looking at this, I have gotten asked about this before. Let me show you something. These little sockets here. Now these are from Matco, but I know other companies make these. I've had a set from a company called Vim, V-I-M, and they're quarter drive and they're extra short, and these are Allen's, obviously. These I don't use all that often, but they definitely come in handy. And then there's these torx. I tell you what, these are fantastic, and they really save you in a pinch at times. Because look how short they are, and you stick your 1/4-inch socket ratchet on there, or whatever you're going to stick on there, and they're strong as anything too. I've actually never broken one of these things. The Vim ones, and these are probably made by Vim if I had to venture a guess. The Vim ones, I had another set and I lost one of the bits. I think I got it at home now. I lost one of the bits, and I went to go order a new set, and guess what? They were on intergalactic back order, and this was basically right after COVID ended. So I was like, I tried to get them from Vim, I couldn't. Matco happened to have these on the truck, so I was like, you know what? Give them to me. So I took them, and I tell you what, they are a lifesaver. So I'm gonna see if I can find a link to a set of these, either, you know, for both. Because like I said, fantastic tool. All right, hopefully you got something out of that video. I'll call in tomorrow and find out how Kirk is making out on this. But I'm assuming everything should go fine. All right, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.